Have you ever wondered what happens to failed entrepreneurs? Some pick themselves up and try again. I have been there before. But others, they take a much stranger path. I recently shared same story about this guy. Once I first heard about him and his clan, and then boom, another investigation from another UK news channel. And I was like, what's with this guy? Okay, this is the story of Kofi Agimang Ofe. I believe he's a Ghanaian, a man who went from claiming millionaire success to declaring himself a king to now living in a tent in the Scottish borders. Buckle up, vroom, vroom, vroom. This one is a very, very wild story. So let's dive in. Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you are new to my channel, you're very welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. And have you joined my membership at all? Please click on the join. Is another way of you supporting my channel. So let's dive into this story of this Ghana king. So the rise and fall of a millionaire entrepreneur known as a 36-year-old Ofe. He painted himself as a successful businessman with companies in entertainment, retail, property, and even the performing arts. At some point, I thought maybe he was acting when he was being interviewed.
The self-styled King of Kubala, who faces eviction from a camp in Scots Woods, is a failed businessman, we can reveal. 36-year-old Kofi Agimang Ofe was director of entertainment, retail, property and performing arts firms, which were struck off before he reinvented himself as leader of an African tribe.
He claimed he rubbed shoulders with the rich and powerful. His partner, Jean Gashu, who now calls herself Queen Nandi Washiri, correct girl, also backed him up. On her blog, she bragged about Ofe's success. They have a TikTok actually, yes, saying he was buying properties left and right and had quickly become a millionaire.
Ofe, who has proclaimed himself King Atahene, previously posed as a millionaire entrepreneur in flash suits as he claimed to mix with super rich clients. Now he was.
In 2021, Gasho even claimed he snapped up to 10 properties in a single year. And what was the strategy? Buy old buildings, fix them up, and rent them out as high-end serviced apartments. That sounds impressive, right?
In 2021, his missus boasted that he was a property magnate with a fortune to his name. Gasho claimed in her blog, "My husband within a year has acquired 10 properties to his name. He now runs an empire, and in assets, he is now a millionaire in his own right. He gets properties that need renovation and invests thousands into them, making them look gold. Today, he is a millionaire king, and I can't help but give thanks."
Well, the truth looked very, very different, I must tell you guys, okay? So a trail of dissolved companies digging deeper, a lot of cankerworm was found. A different story. Many of Ofe's businesses barely survived more than a couple of years.
But records unearthed by the Scottish Sun reveal that Ofe's businesses failed within a few years of being set up.
Yes. Northern Bridge Limited, one of the businesses set up in 2020 for real estate management, was dissolved by year 2023. Luke Gold Limited, a retail company, was shut down in 2022. Black British Entertainment Limited and Black British Excellence Limited, both co-directed with Gasho, also collapsed quickly into thin air.
Afterwards,
you had presented yourself as a successful businessman with a number of companies down in England, which were eventually all dissolved via strike-off action. There's companies like Northern Bridge Limited, Look Gold Limited, and the Black British Entertainment business, all registered to sort of varying residential addresses. Could you tell us about what happened there? What happened to all these businesses that went bust effectively?
The road to where we have come. It was a journey. of discovery, the Black British Entertainment. It was a platform for the black people in the UK, where we acknowledged
These ventures once organized the Black British Entertainment Awards in 2017, but even that event never made it off the ground, according to the investigation by the news channel. When he was asked about his track record, Ofe brushed it off, saying these failures were just, in quote, part of the journey, the road to where we've come. The guy is funny where we're like, even looking at him and he's, I'm like, okay. Anyway, reinvention as the king of Kubala. And where exactly has that road led? Well, it led them to a tent.
Now, Offa and Gasho claim to be leaders of the kingdom of Kubala, a lost tribe of Hebrews. The pair say they only recognise laws of their god, Yahweh, and are reclaiming land that was stolen from their ancestors 400 years ago, and the campers have been joined by handmaiden Asnat, real name Cara Taylor, a 21-year-old mum of one who is reported missing by her family in Texas in the United States.
Today, Ofe calls himself King Ata Ene, ruler of the so-called kingdom of Kubala. He claims this kingdom is a lost tribe of Hebrews and he is their Messiah, a descendant of King David. That was what our Ghanaian brother said. He now lives in a tent in the Scottish borders with Queen Nandi and a so-called handmaiden. The group says they only follow the laws of their small god, or of their god in small g, called Yaha. They believe they are reclaiming land stolen from their ancestors. I know Nigerians like to say that a lot. Their income, mostly from social media subscriptions and donations. Like I said earlier on, guys, they have a TikTok channel that I found, and I'm going to put it somewhere at some point so that you guys can go see what they do.
So it's understood the group receives income from subscribers to their social media accounts, which have tens of thousands of followers. The accounts also have a link for donations. The group has also been receiving food and gifts from camp visitors as well.
So there's been legal battles and evictions, but life as a tent-dwelling king hasn't been smoother. So they never see correct winter for Scotland. Anyway, Ofe and his followers have been locked in legal battles with both private landowners and the Scottish Borders Council. Yes, I don't even know how they are living in a tent anyway. And they speak really good English. They've already been evicted multiple times. A sheriff even ordered them to repay eviction costs for where kobo you will not get. And how? And yes, and now they've just been served with new papers demanding that they leave their current camp, but I don't see them leaving anytime soon.
The tribe has been locked in legal battles with a landowner and Scottish Borders Council. They were evicted from a privately owned site before setting up a new base on council land nearby. A sheriff ordered them to repay all the costs of their recent eviction, but Offa said they don't use currency.
They came to court and they're asking for interdict, and they're evicted from this land because they're the owners.
So guys, is it all just a show? Because the guy has been in entertainment business, right? Not everyone is buying into the kingdom of Kubala. For me, I am not buying into it because they used to live proper life before. Local councillor Scott Hamilton believes this might just be another one of Ofe's performances. I found out that they have an issue with child services and they collected their children. I'll dig into that later on.
In 2023, the pair were arrested on suspicion of child cruelty as they were remanded in custody but later freed. Both denied the charges, which were later dropped.
He also suggests the kingdom could simply be a way to attract attention, just like their past projects in entertainment. His advice: don't take what they say at face value.
But local Tory councillor Scott Hamilton said this is perhaps a continuation of his failed businesses, providing entertainment to the masses and trying to reach an audience to advance his opportunities. How much is this?
Anyway, guys, I found a further update and I will update you all with the latest update I found about this tribe concerning how the police dealt with handling their case, and the case of the fact that they once had an issue where the services collected their children and they went everywhere causing mayhem, cursing and all of that. So I'll bring that to you guys in a later video, right? So a modern mystery, what do you guys think? Is Kofi Agimang Ofe really on a spiritual path, leading a lost tribe and reclaiming stolen land? Or is this just another elaborate act, blending failure, ambition, and reinvention? Either way, one thing is certain: Ofe and Queen Nandi know how to keep people watching. Yes, so they've kept me glued and I've been following their story back to back. Yes, so tell me, do you think this is a genuine awakening, a clever scam, or something in between? What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of these unbelievable stories like this one from Ofe. And guys, like I said, keep your bells on. I'll bring a further update on this story to you guys soon. See you guys later. Bye.